Hi there, Steph. Thanks for popping by. So, first of all, let me apologize for the cough that you're likely to hear during this recording. I can't help it. I have a drink, but it still happens when it happens. So, sorry about that. I stamped this image from something, I think it was called the Oriental Collection. It came with a free magazine. I actually bought it from someone, but it originally came with that magazine. Not a free magazine, it was a free stamp set with the magazine. And I really like the images that comes with that stamp set. My only problem is the fact that they are acrylic stamp set, and I think the word is, it's my pet peeves. I hate acrylic stamps so much, but I won't rant too much about that. I will just say that I would normally have stamped that with a stamping tool because I'm using Prismacolor. And it's covering the ink. I wasn't too fussed about the fact that the lines were not very good, and I'm going to retrace them anyway. But ideally, photopolymer stamps or rubber stamps are better. Acrylic stamps is just ugh. Anyway, so I've colored the hair in black, the face in white, but the neck in pink to kind of do like a to look like a geisha, to make it look like a geisha, and the dress in red. And then I tried to use that gold pencil that comes in the Prismacolor set, and I'm having a hard time using it. I'm not having a hard time using it, but I'm having a hard time using it to its full potential. When I color on paper, I can see that it's gold. When I tilt the paper, the reflection, it clearly is gold. But it's really, really hard, if not impossible, to make it show on that video, except if maybe I was taking a photo from, the edge, but then I'm gonna add some glaze pen, so it's gonna reflect and then it's gonna look all messy, and so I skipped that. But my idea was to do the scarf to make it dark brown at the top and the bottom, and then the middle would be gold, and here as well for the umbrella, but that didn't quite work out. So as it didn't work out, I did something else. So I went back to my red. It did add a little bit of depth on the edges of the umbrella anyway, but it wasn't what I originally intended. But then, as you do with card making and coloring and stuff, you try, and if it works, it's great, and if it doesn't, you don't give up. You try something slightly different, or at least that's what I'm trying to do anyway. So here, I had a hard time with the umbrella. I wanted something that popped against the Strathmorton grey cardstock, but I don't know why I found this so difficult. Maybe because it's not quite a round shape, but it's not quite a proper oval shape. So I don't know, I find it quite difficult to do the shading on this one. I think the final result is okay. I didn't originally mean to share this video because I wasn't quite happy with that card, and the reason is, you will see it later. I made a little purple mark just above the hand, and I just couldn't get it off. I tried to get it off. It's here actually. It's tiny, but as I tried to get it off, I made it even worse. And that's where I kind of wish I listened to my crafty friend to say, buy a sand eraser. It's brilliant, because it probably would have saved my card there. So I do need to buy a sand eraser, and I will. I just need to do it. So here I keep going with my umbrella until I'm happy. I'm adding some red. I will add some brown. Here, look. Yes, I did empty all my pencil sharpener content onto, not all of it, but on my mats. That was great as well. It's just one of these days where one thing goes a little bit wrong, and the rest follows. But we make it work. We make it work. So I'm finished with the umbrella. I used my black glaze pen because that's the only thing that I found so far that works really well on Prismacolor. And then I just retraced my edges, and it was tricky for the umbrella because the glaze pen is quite thick, and it lets a lot of ink out, and here would have been better to have a finer point, I'm assuming it's called, but I couldn't, it doesn't work like that. So anyway, glaze pen it is, so it could have been better on the umbrella anyway, but and then I went to the dress. So because the black pattern onto the dress was still peeking through the red, I managed to go over with the black glaze pen. It actually looks really good, and it was quite easy to retrace. It's very sketchy. It's not detailed at all, but I think in the end it actually works pretty well. And then the Sakura white gel pen works really well on Prismacolor as well. So I managed to just add some white in the middle, and it looks like a nice pattern fabric, and I think that's quite cool. It's not like it was meant to be originally with the stamp, but that's how it worked out, and I'm actually quite pleased with that. So it's quite a simple card really, you know, a lot of red, a hint of gold, unfortunately not quite as much as I wished, but a hint of gold, and then the Sakura white gel pen is really good. And I did add a little bit of shading because otherwise I thought it was a little bit bland. And the warm grey Copic markers are really brilliant for the Strathmore grey. It blends really well, and it blends well with the paper, but also the color blends really well with that cardstock color. You see, once it's dry, because at first it's kind of like when you apply W3, is it W3? I got a brain. Yeah, it's W3. It's very similar to that cardstock, but when you apply W1, it looks like really wet, but then it does eventually dry out and it blends really well. So as you can see here, I think it goes really well. So I hope you find it interesting. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't hesitate to go to my blog for the photo, and don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel. Thanks again and have a great day. Bye!